scenarios. This is Open RCT2. I have to give a shout out to Marcel Boss, who reignited my interest in this game. He is a YouTuber who does a bunch of crazy challenge runs with this game. As y'all can see, I've already done a couple of these scenarios. Just to kind of familiarize myself with how to play the game. And we will see what this frankly does here in this situation. Start off against a stable that is that is as far down as I can go, unless it appears that I am something. For no reason, I bet this did that make the game a lot quieter? Did that make the game a lot quieter? Yeah, okay. Literally, the audio sources are not labeled well at all. This is labeled as Steam game audio. And for whatever reason, I guess that worked. Thank you for bearing with those technical difficulties. I don't understand OBS. I'm a monetized streamer and I don't understand this shit. Okay. While we're waiting for people to start coming on in, we are going to pick out a scenario for us to do. And so I was hoping more people were here to kind of help me pick. But we can pick one in the meantime. As you can see, I own both Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 and 2 now. They were for sale on Steam, and Fruitoon got me them for Christmas. I also have it hooked up with Open RCT2, which is, both here in the game ambience, so that I drop it. Okay, perfect. Obviously, it's gonna be screwed up in the VOD. It always is, but we will give it a shot. In fact, because I know it's always screwed up in the VOD, I'm actually gonna turn the game down than it probably needs to be. I'll go with lucky number 7%, just so that y'all can hear that. It's also extremely loud on my end, but I can't make it a lot quieter. This game's just anyway, let's take a look through some of these scenarios, and see what we can't come up with. There are multiple different objectives types in this game. Most commonly is something like this, where you need to have, you know, X number of guests in your park by Y time. But I thought it would be fun to do a scenario I've never actually done before. Let's see, I've done Leafy Lake before. I can't remember if I've done either of these, and these are kind of the beginner scenarios. Bumbly Bazaar is interesting. You want to achieve a monthly profit from food, drink, and merch of at least 1,000. And that's kind of interesting because in order to attract guests to your park, you're going to need rides. I think an easy way to do this, frankly, is just to wait until it rains. But, let's see, we got Electric Field, 700 guests at year 2. Year 3. See, some of these are pre-existing parks that you just add on to. And then some of them are more or less like, sandboxes. Year 4, that's kind of a long scenario. We're gonna want a quick one. So you know what? Let's try Bumbly Bazaar. So here's what we have right now. Park rating's not very good because we don't have any rides. Wow, we own the entire map. Okay, so we're starting off here. Do they charge by park entrance, I wonder? Let's see, because in older scenarios, yeah, free and I can't change it. So, admission price is free. And so we're really just looking at these crazy profit margins. Now, I imagine we start with a boatload of stalls, because that is the point. Throw in a cash machine while we're at it. We're gonna need that for sure. Oh, right there. Yeah, it's a little bit... I wonder if it's because I'm streaming it, but the game's being just a little choppy on my end. This is a good test stream, I think, for this game. Yep, there we go. We got a bathroom now. Okay. And then, yeah, there is no sandbox mode even as a mod in this game, which is kind of nuts. I think there are 2 entrances. Yep, Bumbly Bazaar. And right now, all there is food. I want to go home. I'm not thirsty. I've already got an iced tea. All right, so what should we build first, gamers? Um, let's see. We've got a few roller coaster types to choose from. We've got some gentle rides to choose from. We've got wow, we've actually got kind of a huge ride selection. Um, let's take a look at what we've got here. Because we want the rides to be exciting enough that it'll start attracting guests. And I think while we have the money, let's build a coaster. Now, here's a secret, gamers. I'm not actually very good at building coasters. Um, but we sure will. We can build one of the pre-made designs. We really could. Or we could do our best and stretch those roller coaster building muscles. Um, let's see. We want something exciting. So we've got a mine ride. Okay, let's give it a shot. We've got this big area over here to build a coaster in. So let's give it a shot. We can always restart the scenario if this doesn't work out the way that we want it to. But for now, this scenario isn't timed, which is nice. The scenario isn't timed at all. It is just that we have to we just have to hit the limit of 1,000 monthly profit from shop stalls, etc. And then once we hit it, we're done. So there is no time limit that we have to adhere to. Which is why I thought this would be a fun one to stream. Oh, can we let's go down, down, down. Okay. And then let's keep going down. And then we're going to get all the way back to the ground. And then I wonder, damn, there is no loop. Okay, so let's do a nice banked turn this way. And we're going to have our guests kind of fly around these turns. That seems pretty exciting. Let's do a nice big one. And then, this game is going to rely a lot on my talking because there isn't really music in this game. Unless you build like a merry-go-round. Which we could do. Let's go up, up. Let's come back around. We're gonna start to run into this mountain. It's gonna be no wrong way. We're gonna start to run into a little bit of a problem with this mountain. But my brother and I used to play this game all the time. We got it in a cereal box, I'm pretty sure. And he was always better at it than me, but it really is just about the love of the game. So let's see how good these stats are. Let's make it come all the way back to the station. This is just going to be a nice, chill stream to kick off the year. I was just out of town, like I had said before. I had a wonderful time, or should I say we had a wonderful time. But I am glad to be back home, I do have to say. It's always weird when you travel, right? You miss the people you were with, but you also, miss your house. Let's see. Let's give it a little test. And see if she works. This might be really shitty stats. Sometimes I'm not great at building rides. But we spent a lot of money on this to attract some guests. One kind of known hack in this game, not hack, but like a kind of real cheesy strategy, is you can charge absurdly high for your umbrellas, and then guests will always pay that when it rains. So the maximum price is 20. So we can hear the coaster going just a little bit. We'll see if it's any good before I bother building pads. But I thought this would be an extremely fun game to stream. That train's still going pretty fast. Let's see it. Let's see what those stats are. I have a feeling stats are gonna be really bad. No! You know what? That's decent. All right. Let's build some paths. And we're gonna go with green queue lines this time. So let's build a nice little path. We're going to connect it to the main path. And then we're going to build a nice little exit queue just right here. Okay, now guests can access the ride. We're going to open it. There we go. We're really building up that suspense. Okay, we've got a ride. Now, oh, we've got some fun theming already. Oh my goodness, we got some fun themes already. Okay. We're gonna put a no entry sign here so that guests know that's an exit path. Unless we decide to expand this area. First thing we're going to have to do to prevent our park from becoming a total disaster is we're just going to kind of go scorched earth and we're going to put like a bunch of litter bins because otherwise our park is going to get messy so fast. So we're going to build that. Eventually we will make the required profit. Basically this thing is just challenging you. Build some rides, get some guests, we're going to give you this whole area. So we're going to do that. Because our park entry is locked into being free, we are going to have to make our money from all our stalls and from all our rides. We're also going to put some benches down. This is the main throughput, as Marcel might say, right now. So let's make sure. It is a little choppy on my end too, gamers, I think. It's just crunching a little bit because I'm streaming. So that's not y'all. That's not y'all's internet connection. The game is unfortunately like this a little bit. Touch throughput, yeah. Oh, if Marcel was watching this, oh my god, I don't even know what I'd do. I am such a huge fan of his videos. It literally reignited my love for this game. It made me purchase this game. Watching his videos, he has such a passion for this game. Alright, let's see what guests think about my new ride. This park is really clean and tidy. It's a good value. I haven't finished my lemonade yet. Okay, sometimes guests will think really stupid things. And they'll be like, your guests will be like, oh my god, like, I already have a park map, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what you want me to do with that information. Let's build an info kiosk next to each entrance. The really cheesy strategy, but it tanks your park rating, is you can put no entry signs in front of your exits, but eventually this tanks your park rating because your guests will be angry and they'll want to leave. So we're not going to do that. We're not going to do any cheesy strategies here. Let's see. Yes, oh, they're jumping for joy. They love my ride. They love this coaster. Well, that's good because I spent a lot of money on it. Let's see what else we have access to. Let's see. I'm a girl that likes a spiral slide. So we're gonna put like 2 or 3 of them here. Really get those guests coming in the door. Let's build one here. Okay, we're not done yet. We're gonna build another one. It's gonna be my spiral slide army. Right here. And then we're gonna build a 3rd one. Just 3 for now. Right there. I'm already thinking in terms of the soft guest cap. It really has infected my mind. There we go. And then we're going to build just these nice little queues for each of them. There we go. And now we're going to open them all. Actually, no, we're not. Before we do that, we're going to set it to max guest 5. Unlimited rides per admission. That way I can justify charging that price. I love spiral slides, gamers. They fit almost anywhere. They're almost... Oh, I got a circus? I haven't got that on any of the scenarios I've done yet. I completely forgot that was a ride. Just 1 second and we will build one. But first, I want to make sure that this matches our aesthetic, Here we won't let guests get lost.
As you wish.
Oh, I heard someone. Name a future coaster the gender transer. I so will, Fruitoon. Let's see. In case they got too excited on the ride, we'll give little benches here. Eventually, we're gonna, like, formally organize, our handyman. I'm gonna give these all canvas tent entrances. I really like how those look with the slides. And then we're also gonna change their colors. It's 3 spiral slides. Okay. Look at that arrow. Look at that up arrow down there. We are starting to get some guests. Final thing I'm gonna do here, is because this is the channel that it is. We are going to have some fun with the colors. That's one. You know, I really like having color in my life, gamers. You know, if I walk into a... Ugh, it's gross. It's a little better. If I walk into a place and all the walls are white, and imagine you click on a guest and they're thinking they've awoken my amusement park. You know, people in real life do think that, sometimes. There we go. Look at that. We got our beautiful slides here. For whatever reason, Spiral Slide 3 is, like, popping off compared to the other two. We've got some guests coming in, and they're all paying for rides, which is great because we need that money. We're gonna need that profit margin. We've got a coaster attracting a fair number of guests, which is great. Okay, we've got the one handyman so far. What are guests thinking? Line ride's a good value. Spiral Slide is a great value. Want to go on something more thrilling. Park map is a good value. Okay. Let's go over to this other entrance because guests can also spawn over here. Some parks do have multiple entrances, and this is one of them. There's like nothing over here, gamers. Oh, we don't have any money. Not really. Okay. Let's build one of these. Open it. Just wait until it rains, gamers. When it rains, we're gonna get a huge windfall. Okay. Got one over there, too. I really like this setup over here that you just kind of start with in this park. We've also got a river, which has some potential. Oh, hell yeah, we can build a boat hire in a little bit. That's pretty cheap. Okay. It is Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 scenario, so we do have a cash machine. Cash machine was a great quality of life improvement from the first Roller Coaster Tycoon. When I was warming up and relearning how to play the game, oh, I got negative money. When I was warming up and relearning how to play the game, I was playing Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 scenarios, and you cannot put cash machines in those because that didn't exist in those games. Also, everyone's saying it's a good value, which actually means you can afford to raise the prices a little bit. We are going to do that so that we get some money coming in. So, park map we can probably charge a little more for. Go. I know the umbrellas are crazy expensive, but we're gonna make a lot of money when it rains. Wow, $7,000. It must have rained already and I didn't notice because that is the only way that happened. Alright. Same price throughout the park, just makes it easy. I do want to increase my profit margins on some of these. I want to be at least $1. So this one has red umbrellas, so we're going to change the info kiosks to sell different color umbrellas. So this one can sell yellow umbrellas, and then when it rains, we get this nice, like, colorful pattern. There we go. Okay. And then I can just mess with all the profit margins from here. Same price throughout the park, which means if I build another stall like that, then if I get another stall that's if I build another hat stall, for example, that price will be set to the same, so I won't have to mess with it anymore. We're going to set the profit margin to every item to at least $1. If guests start complaining, we'll lower it, but the objective is to get profit that's that high. and then it'll just immediately end. It's not a timed thing. Here, we'll make these ones. Cool. Cuddly toy price, sure. Wow, we got lots of different stalls. That's good though. Have a lot of fun with this. What color do I want the t-shirt to be? Green, maybe, for now? And there we are. When we have enough money to build another coaster, I will name it the gender transfer. Right now, we don't really have the money to do that. But our park rating is going up, and we're getting more guests coming in. Where are we losing money? Oh, and here we go. It literally just says what the profit is so that we know how close we're getting to the goal. Could always take out a bit more of a loan. Might. But let's just keep this running for a little bit. See what's going on here. Oop. The click out of the game to make that stop happening. There we go. Because otherwise the control for the, like, moving around in the game is just putting your cursor on, like, one side of the screen. We are gonna name this, Bumb Stream. There we go. And we could probably rename the park. Let's call it Streamers Bazaar. If y'all have suggestions at all for any of the names or anything like that, because we don't want to call this Mine Ride 1. You know, I do wonder something. Paying that much for an umbrella, yeah, that's... I want to get off Spiral Side 3. Well, you can. Already got a park map. This ends up being your most common thought, and it's like, what do you want me to do about that? Like, I don't want y'all to get lost. Let's see. Mine Ride 1? Okay, your Ride 1. You know what? We will name it that. There we go. Perfect. Eventually, guests are going to start thinking it's really crowded here. And often what I like to do is I like to make, like, 2 different main paths through the park and then stick no entry signs on opposite sides, because then it means guests can only go one way on one side and another way on the other side. We did spend basically all of our money on this coaster, though. So your Ride 1 is really good value. Okay, which actually means I can probably increase the admission price for it. There we go. Okay. Yeah, what do you mean you want to get off Spiral Slide? You can. I'm not paying that much for a park map. Oh, I hate pansies. Lower this just a little bit. I'm only making 50 cents per item now. Okay. It's always a little bit tough. I can loan some money from the bank if we don't, like, see our profits go up in the next couple of months. Save, and I'm actually gonna... This is a feature on Open RCT2. We're gonna watch these guests fly. Okay. See if we start making any more money. And we'll just see. I think we just need to let this play out for a few months because I can't really buy anything else right now. I would love for it to rain. We're gonna get a gigantic windfall and maybe even clear the scenario if it rains. We're not really... Ooh, we got a new fried rice noodles stall. That's cool. I do want to mess with my research settings, actually. We don't need any more stalls. Okay, we really don't. I actually don't think we need any more scenery. So we're just gonna go with this. I understand why they want us to have more stalls. I think we're just gonna take out more money from the bank. I know that loan is not great, but look at that. We're already up to 207. So I think we're just gonna take out a little more money from the bank, and we're gonna build something. Let's see. Park is really clean and tidy. I want to go home. You can. It's because we're gonna build something over here. All right, and we're gonna do a pre-made, I think, because those do end up being cheaper. We already have a mine ride. So let's go with one of these. And let's see how much that'll cost us to build. 4844. And why does it say from? Let's see. Whew. Let's see. Yeah, why does it say from whatever, but then when I go into the pre-made designs, they all cost more than that? I don't get it. I do not get it. What are my guests saying? Park is really clean and tidy. You go to the bathroom. I do only have one bathroom. That's a fair point, actually. Let's build another. Here. And we'll build another near the other entrance. Right there. Okay. Now we've got some bathrooms. You know what I could do that's really cheap right now? I could build a boat hire like right here. Okay, so I am going to set up a wall first. And the reason I'm doing that is because guests are kind of dumb. And I don't want them. Can I not build a wall in the water? I can't build this underwater. I'm not trying to. Can I go like that? Okay, yeah. That's also an Open RCT feature, is that you can just, you can, like, make it really clear what level you're actually building on by holding the shift key. So like this, for example. That's very nice. So I am going to build a wall right there. Nope. Nope. Now seeing where I'm actually aiming while I'm underwater, that's a bit of a heavier task. But, nope. There we go. One more. Nope. Oops. One more. I love the abstract theming. It's actually one of my favorite themes. And then on the other side, we are going to actually build one here so that guests can't go under the footpath and get lost. We're gonna have it connect like over here or something. But I don't. I'm gonna build a free-for-all boat hire is what I'm doing because it's one of the cheapest rides to build. It'll attract more guests to the park. So all you need for this is a station platform, and then you can have guests go wherever they want to. So the reason I set up the walls is so that they don't like slip past them and get lost, which can happen, and it sucks. So let's see. We're gonna build this. We're gonna have to mess with the land a little bit to make this work, but I'm gonna do it like this. Okay. And then we're gonna build. Yeah, we already messed with this just a little bit. Which isn't really what I wanted to do, but we want there to be a path for sure. So let's build the entrance there, and then we need space for the exit, which we also want to build on the same side. This is going to be a lot of me narrating my thought processes, which, when I think about it, is not really that different from how we played Investor's Mod, is it? This is just supposed to be a chill. Damn it, I did not want to do that. It's supposed to be a chill kind of stream. So let's build our paths. Go up. One. And now we're here. I didn't want it to be my color. There we go. Okay. Nice. And then we're going to do our green queue line, like we did before. Up, down, and all around. There we are. Okay. And now, we just open the ride. Although, can't make changes, right? It must be closed first. Okay. We're going to go with this for now. Okay. Hopefully the walls will prevent guests from going where I don't want them to go. And then they'll be able to kind of freely wander around and then come back. Oh, no. Fuck, I was afraid of this. Okay. Sorry, we are in fact gonna have to double close the ride. I was afraid of this. Okay. Because what I'm gonna have to do is I'm going to have to gonna make the station one less. It's gonna have to be 3 instead of 4, which means I'm gonna have to build the exit. Not in that nice little nook that we created, I'm gonna have to build it here. Razor lower land first. Yep, you got it. Not that. Okay. Now, exit. There. Now we're going to have to just build it up. Get rid of the other path. There we are. Okay, let's try this again, gamers. That should do the trick. Okay. Let's build another no entry sign so our guests don't get lost. Oh, not you. Yeah. We can change the color of the sign if we want to. Doesn't cost anything. We can change how the entrance is. Let's go with abstract to match the theming. And we're actually going to make this white. It completes our little pattern here. I'm already afraid of something, so I'm going to preemptively work on it while our first guests are being our guinea pigs. Not bad. I see what I'm going to have to do. Down. Down. So that I can... There. Now I should be able to get back to the station. Okay. That'll attract some more guests. Change color of that sign again. Fun fact, you can make your sign say whatever you want it to. But guests can't actually read, unfortunately. So the only thing that they will respond to is 280, we're going up. The only thing that they will respond to is what am I trying to say? The only thing that they'll respond to is if it says no entry, because that basically counts as just like checking off a flag. And then if a guest sees a sign that says that, then they're flagged to just not go there. There we go. We got a little boat hire. What are guests thinking? Already got a park map. Park's really tidy. Okay. So they're illiterate. That's right. They are, unfortunately. I'm going to change the color of the hats just for fun. Okay. Literally, we just needed to rain once, and then I'm probably going to clear the scenario immediately. But... we're going to make this guy control some squares. If you organize your handyman like this, they can clean your park a lot more efficiently. But you can't give them too many squares. Yeah, I'm also going to just drop you in your new area. But you can't give them too many squares, or else they won't be able to keep it clean. So it's a real balancing act. Let's see. We're about 1/5 of the way to our goal. Reverser roller coaster, okay. Just have him go here for now. If our trash problem gets bad, we can always hire more people. But our guests should be contained to this area on the boat hire. We're going to throw a few of these in the line so that they'll wait a bit longer, happily. And then we're going to give the other handyman his own area as well. You can set it to be a lot more efficient than it was in the previous game. You weren't able to reduce the size to one tile before. In the vanilla game, not Open RCT2. There's a lot of quality of life features that the modders have so graciously added for us. So we're gonna give him, oops, there it goes. I'm gonna give him a little bit of an area. Like that. And then we're gonna hire a third guy to do the rest of what we have so far. Keep our park nice and clean. And I will have to remember when I expand and add more paths, I'll either have to hire more handymen or change the patrol areas, or both, because this is an easy way for there to be just kind of unchecked problem areas of the park. Hope you all are having a fabulous new year. We traveled, we did karaoke with some of our friends, we did an escape room. Fortunately, at the airport, everything was smooth sailing, although not so for all of our friends, and I always feel bad when that happens. Let's see. How are we doing on our goal? 280. Kind of holding steady. Oh, last month's. We haven't had a new month yet. Yeah, unfortunately, we can't charge for park entrance tickets, which really, really, really sucks. I would love to add some, like, around my coaster, so I'm gonna. We have the mine theming, we sure do. Okay, so let's put in like a random shanty town for guests to look at while they're riding. Okay, doing good so far. We're attracting guests to our park. Ooh, I have no idea. You know, some would say that this is a waste of time, but it's not. That's my sentence. You know what some might say? They're dumb. It does actually change the excitement value of your ride if you like take the time to build scenery, which is really cool. Perfection. Building roofs, gamers. Oh my god, building roofs was so annoying in the like vanilla non-modded version of this game. Look at that. Now we've got these nice queue lines. Kind of match the theming of the ride. And having scenery around it does change its stats a little bit. And it can make more people want to ride it. Already got a park map. Hungry, I'm thirsty. Not hungry, I'm not thirsty. They can't make up their damn minds, can they? Guests, am I right? Can't make up their minds. You can also put in some kind of cool looking trees. These are the default scenario items, these trees. We have like 6 different optional themings here though, and I'm gonna lean into that. Let's build a really tall tree. That's not tall at all. Let's try this one. That's better. Around this loop that I made. As a retail employee, I can confirm. Yes, am I right? That's true. I remember when I worked retail. God willing, I'll never have to do it again. Now our ride's looking a little exciting. Okay. And now it's a new month. So let's see what our profit last month was. 367. Okay, we're getting close. Alright, gamers. What should we build now? We don't really have anything over here. So, you know, I wonder if we can build a piece. It would be really cool. I have almost enough money to build the demon drop. Let's wait until I have, let's fast forward so that I have just a little more money. turbo speed. Oh, we got our first breakdown, gamers. So you might have noticed that I did change the, pause the game, so it's not supposed to be moving. I did change my little counters. And I was waiting for the first ride breakdown, so we got one. And we have not received any awards yet, I don't think. But let me check. I don't think so. That's not it. I think we go here. That's our goal. We do not have any recent awards, no. Okay. So we got our first breakdown. Okay. So we're gonna keep this up. We're gonna go over here. And we're gonna resume the game. Okay. So our mechanic is gonna go over and fix that. Our handy dandy boy. Fortunately, it seems to have been... He must have already fixed it while our game was in turbo mode. That still counts. I'm gonna hire another mechanic. Dinghy slide. Just about enough, huh? Okay. I'm telling you, gamers, once it rains, we're gonna clear the scenario immediately. But until then, let's work on making this park as good as we can make it. See? We kicked it up to a high excitement rating by putting all that scenery around it. And the same is true. I had to think about that one, gamers. I really did. I know y'all could see it on my expression. My, do I build more scenery here, or do I build another damn ride? Is what all that was. And make these match respective rides that they are on. Okay. There we go. Goodness. Okay. Okay, we do have enough money to build the demon drop, but, like, barely. So, let's do that before that changes. Let's build ourselves a dinghy slide. Easier, right there. Yep, just right there. Wow, gamers, this is gonna be cutting it close. We're just gonna wait here for a second. I don't want to increase our loan anymore. So we're just gonna hold out here for like 2 seconds. Damn, it's getting sunnier. We're gonna hold out here for like 2 seconds. Literally $26. It's gonna be cutting it so close. Oh, you are fucking kidding me. Technical difficulties. No. Entrance. I have to go here. Now we're gonna test the ride. You can just open it. I would not. I would not do that. Okay. I do have a promise to keep. We have enough money for a coaster, but it might be a minute before we have enough money for a coaster. Test the demon drop. Then there's something on this side of the park for guests to do. Yeah, we're at negative money. But then there's something on this side of the park for guests to do. Yeah. 9 degrees, damn. Alright. Perfect. Some money, please. This is a pay per ride scenario, and so usually rides are one or the other, where you pay for the ride or you pay for the entrance. And as we saw earlier, I can't change that. That's free. So all of our income is going to come from our stalls, and it's going to come from our rides. But yeah, if guests are thinking so-and-so is good value, or that this ride was great, it probably means we charge a little more for it. So, let's do just that. Let's charge good old $4.20 for that one. And then, what else were they saying? Even drop is good value. We'd probably charge more for that, to be honest. If I had enough money, I would do a marketing campaign. Ooh, now gamers, I do have a wooden roller coaster that I have built, and I would love to install it. Wooden roller coasters are very, very expensive, so that's going to be one of our next goals, I think. Here it comes, gamers. Here comes our money. You ready? Because guests will buy it no matter what it costs if it is actively raining. So, here we go. Watch this corner. Watch our profit just fucking skyrocket as guests start buying umbrellas because of the rain. And we're gonna see a nice colorful array because we made different stalls sell different colored umbrellas. So here we go. In this corner, they're all gonna be yellow because that one sells yellow umbrellas. Look at that, gamers. We've already made almost $1,000 off of umbrella sales. Yep, here we go, here we go, here we go! I knew all we'd have to do was wait for it to rain. All right. Look at the money we are getting. And then on this side, they're gonna be mostly blue. Here in the middle, we're gonna get the purple. Oh my god! Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Shop sales, look at that. As soon as this month's over, I guarantee you we clear the scenario. Because I do believe that umbrellas count. Look at that. That gave us a ton of money. All right. It is clearing up now. Okay. All right. And now, what's something I like to do every time it rains is I like to change the color of all the umbrellas so that next time it rains we get even more colors. So, we're going to change the color of all the umbrellas. So this one sold yellow. So now we're going to have it sell... Let's see what color we have it sold yet. Let's go with this watercolor. Okay. This one sold the light blue, so we're going to go much darker blue. And then over here, because the souvenir store also sells umbrellas. And so I'm going to have it sell pink. There we go. I'm the unideal guest because I enjoy being out in the rain and refuse to buy an umbrella. Unfortunately, this one's just a bit of a programming quirk. So if you were in this game, I think you would be compelled by some unseen force to buy an umbrella when it rained. Yeah, I guarantee you as soon as September's over, we clear it. Because, yeah, it's still stuck on last month's profit. But... let's see what else we can put down. See, gamers, my wooden roller coaster is this one. Yes, I did name it that. But you see how expensive it is to make. I went and built that in the roller coaster builder off screen. For now, I wonder if I can make my crazy... Nope, let's build another ride. Let's build another ride. This park's still looking pretty empty. Let's build another ride before we get to slap happy with that. Let's build... Building your own maze is kind of fun. But... I built a really cool car ride in the last scenario that I was doing off camera. They're very cheap to build, too. There goes spiral hedges. I could build my own another time. Yep. And then we're going to let a lot of people in here at once. 16 should be enough, and then raise the price a little bit, and we're going to build a queue path. Yeah. Okay. Open sesame. Should attract some more guests. Oh, it's gonna rain again, gamers. Oh my god. Look at that down in the bottom right corner. That's how I know. It's about to rain again, gamers. Let's see it. Oh, you know what I'm realizing, actually? is that y'all can't really see my gauges super well. And so I am going to mess with this on OBS really quick. My gauges at the bottom are just a little bit cut off. And that is my bad. I didn't see it when I was doing this earlier. So, this is just a fun, chill stream. I might not even post this VOD. But this is just kind of a nice way to warm up. Open RCT2 is here. All right. So if we edit transform, we're just going to do this live on screen. I believe it's this, not position, it's size. So we go. Now y'all should be able to see my gauges just a little bit better. There we go. Okay. Let's resume the game. Okay. Save. But gamers, it's about to rain again, and so we are going to make it rain with even more different colored umbrellas. It says it's gonna storm again. Let's see. Ooh, I scared myself. That's fun. Because I had my OBS on, like, huge. There we are. Here we go, guess. Here we go, gamers. It's raining. Look at that. We're gonna go ching, 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 ching. Get all this money. It's raining. Oh, baby, it's raining. Buy my umbrellas. This is the way you're programmed. You don't have a choice but to buy my umbrellas. A. There it is, yep! Oh, I knew that would be easy. Alright, let's go with umbrella sill. I knew it, gamers. I knew we'd get it. Only one breakdown, too. Well, that was too easy. Thinking about that meme tweet being like budgeting. Umbrella $1,100. Boat ride 20. Someone help me budget. Yeah, no kidding. I will save this so I can mess around with this one even more off screen because this objective is actually kind of laughably easy to hit. So let's see if anything. I've only been streaming for like half an hour at this point. So let's see if there's another park that we think tickles our fancy. I don't want to do anything that ends in year 3 or 4 because that takes a long time.
Anyone thirsty?
Oh, hello, Barnabas. Welcome in. You missed us scamming all of our guests and just easily clearing the heck out of that scenario. I sure am thirsty. So now we're gonna pick another fun scenario. We're gonna reset our breakdown counter. 0. Okay, let's see. Infernal views. And 10 different types of roller coaster operate. Jeez, those are hard. Happy New Year, Barnabas! I'm sure you had it several hours before we did, over here on this side of the ocean. And I hope you had a fantastic New Year. Let's see. I'm tempted to do electric fields, because it ends in year 2. These ones are tough. You must not let the card reading drop below, because literally all there is to this park is have 2,000 guests, which honestly, this is a tough objective for a beginner park. Let's see. We can always just pick it up next time too if we don't finish the scenario. Anything striking anybody's fancy as I'm scrolling through these? Let's see. Year 4. Yeah, that's a long time. Let's see. Iceberg Islands I don't think I've ever done any of these before. Let's see. Why don't I go through... These ones are kind of, unfortunate. So I'm not doing any of those. Monthly income from ride tickets at least 1,000. did do this one off screen. This was really hard, actually. I did not like this one. Something with a lot of water would be fun. Well, be like then. 500 at the end of year 3 with a rating of at least 600. This is actually a fairly easy objective. I... Aw, that sucks to hear, Barnabas. Well, I hope that we can provide you at least a brief respite from that. I am going to open the park for now. Um, I scammed my customers. So the way that they're programmed is that if it is raining, they will literally always, if it's raining, they'll literally always buy umbrellas for no matter what you are charging for them. And so I set them to the maximum price of $20. And then it actually, I just needed 1 month where it rained. And then all the customers, if they have the money, they will buy it no matter how much it costs. And the objective of that scenario was to have a monthly profit of stalls of it. Hi, Van, welcome in. The objective of that scenario is to have a monthly shops and stalls profit of $1,000, and so I literally, yeah, it is just good business. That's right. And so I achieved that the instant it rained, and so now we're starting a different scenario. Um, so right now my park entrance is free because there's nothing here. Um, but let's see. I'm sure we start out with a few water rides. Just the one. Okay, so we could build our own track. Yeah, me too, Van. That's why I've been watching a lot of Marcel Voss on YouTube, and Fruitoon got me this for Christmas, which is wonderful of her. And I thought this would be just a very fun game to stream. Eventually, I would like to try streaming this with my brother, who adores this game, and there is a multiplayer mode. We're playing Open RCT2, which is a fan created kind of mod of the game that has a lot of quality of life improvements in it. It has like extra features that the original vanilla game just does not have. And so we're gonna have a lot of fun with that. For now, I'm building this kind of wacky little boat hire, um, taking advantage of the fact that we have lots of water here. If we don't finish the scenario by the time I'm done streaming, that's fine. Come back to it in a future stream. That's the beauty of this game. If anyone has any suggestions for what we should name this park, I am all ears. By default, it is the same name as the scenario, so right now it's just called Leafy Lake. But if we want to name it something different, I do know that the first roller coaster we built, because Fruitoon used her point redemption, the first roller coaster we build is going to be called the Transgenderer. And so we will do that for the first roller coaster that we build. For now, I wanted to get some guests coming to this park, and so we built a little boat hire. We're gonna go with the blue queue lines, I think. So here we go. Up and away. Wait for my boat hire. Yeah, that'll work. And then we'll build one to the left also. There we go. Enjoy my boat hire. There we go. So I'm gonna do the standard red for the handyman. We're just gonna do one of each for now. We will have to organize them. There are multiple ways to tackle this scenario. One of the ways we can do it is that we can eventually build a giant footpath that just goes straight across the lake. I don't know if I want to charge for the park entrance or for the rides. I think for right now, I'm just going to go with the rides. We will get some guests, and part of how we're going to do that is we're going to market this park. So. The gender transer. I'm so sorry. Cornbertia. You know what? I am going to name the park. I'm sorry, gamers. When I play FFX, it's on the same screen, but this is full screen, so I actually have to remember to look over at the chat. We will in fact name this Cornbertia. I do like that. So Cornbertia. I actually like that better. Let's build a little bit of scenery around my thing. I forgot the word. Around this boat hire here. We only have the default scenery for right now. Let's build some gardens on top of the water. I think we can anyway. Actually no, what I want to do is let's build some Can't build anything in here? Okay. I want to build fountain. We're going to make it real pretty. I'm just going to make more people want to ride it. Look at those gardens. Wouldn't y'all ride this? Doesn't this look lovely? It is crunching a little bit on my end too, gamers, just to be clear. This is not your internet. I think the game's just crunching a bit because I'm streaming it. There we go. Here's our nice boat hire 1. What are guests thinking? I'm not thirsty, I'm not hungry. Okay, well, there's not a whole lot we can do about that. Let's build the gender transer, yeah? Let's see what roller coaster types we have access to. What do you think, Fruitoon? Does that look like a gender transer to you? We can change what color it is. But that one's about in our price range. Because otherwise, yeah, let's go with that. And we're gonna build it right across our lake. There are pre-built designs in this game, which is a godsend. We're gonna name it the gender transer. Okay. And we're gonna change its colors. And we're gonna change its entrance. We've got Fry's shop available now. Sick. Main color scheme, of course, is gonna be blue, and it's gonna be pink, and it's gonna be white. Let's try it like this. Yeah. A big old sign that says free HRT with every ride. You know what? You got it. You're the boss. You did spend all those points. Literally all of our money. We don't have any money, gamers. Oh, and we're not really in a place where we're gonna get any more, huh? Let's take out a little bit from the bank. Oops. That can happen. Okay. Now we've got a decent amount of money. Actually, I'm gonna need this because this ends up being a problem on this. Item respawn paths. Okay, go up more. Boop. Boop. Oh. These are -5 feet. I can't read. Wow, that really did not look like that was gonna connect. Here's some rain, but we don't have any umbrella stands this time, so that's not gonna be an easy moneymaker. That's true, we will be rolling in dough once they all start getting trans. That is, of course, the left's plan, is to trans everyone and get money for HRT. Let's see if anyone rides it. Problem is gonna be that that intensity rating. Might keep some guests away. Especially with this right here. Because if we can't get anyone to ride it... Yeah, he's gonna be thinking. I'm not oh, well, I'm not going on it while it's raining. There you go. We'll see. That's kind of crazy to me for a pre-built. But we can edit it just a little bit if we have to. This is a user-submitted design, so we'll see if anyone even rides this. We gotta wait for it to stop raining, though. The rain is not giving us a good, the rain's not giving us a good, what's the word? What is the word? Oh my god! Hello? Hello? That's my fault. We're gonna double close it and get you off the ride. Oh, no. They all got stuck right here. Okay. Oh, no. Alright, we gotta fix the ride. Okay. We're gonna delete that, and then we're gonna have that just not happen. There we are. I hope that does it. Okay, I'm so sorry, guests. Please ride my boat higher now. It's very normal. There we go. I hope that doesn't happen again, but we'll keep an eye on it. Okay. Wow, that was... We're gonna call this one... We're gonna call this Cornbertia, actually. Okay. All right. Is anybody getting on the gender transer? Just at all? No, it's probably too intense. Okay. I'm gonna use my game skills to try to figure out what the problematic elements are. Let's see. I think I'm gonna get rid of this loop. And we're just gonna connect it normally. I am just a normal loop. I'm just a normal ride. We're gonna build you backwards. Or not, actually. I'm really bad at building backwards. You two don't line up, do you? You're not on the same. Alright, how can we do this? The S-bend left. Does that work? Okay, and then we're going to test her again. We're going to see if that fixes the little problematic part. Otherwise, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to eliminate a lot of this and make it cleaner. And see if we make the ride a little bit less intense, people might actually ride it, because if the ride's too intense, the guests will get scared. This is to incentivize you to actually learn how to design things and not just build the biggest thing that you can. But let's give it a shot. Let's see. That got rid of some of those lateral G's. It didn't. Okay. Hi, Allie. Welcome in. I am trying to edit the gender transer to make it a little bit less scary for some of our guests. I hope you had a fabulous New Year. Fruitine came up with a name, and so because of the name, we gave it these colors. Let's see if we can make this just a little more. Other way, I lied. Does that do it? Okay, let's try again. Okay. We do have a maze now. Also, I'm going to start charging for a little bit for the park entrance, because we have, like, no money, gamers. So we're going to charge people, let's say $15 to get into Cornbertia right now. Okay. So... And they're not getting stuck on the boat hire anymore. Okay, good. You did miss it, Allie. I had built the boat hire in such a way where at these turns where they met, the guests were getting stuck, like, on each other. And so it was, like, an endless... It was, like, an endless boat hire. But we fixed it. Yeah, Barnabas came up with that name. Alright, let's see if the gender transer is any less intense. I'm getting a little frustrated here, gamers. I have one more idea. think it's this that's doing it. So we're gonna have it not be... I think it's this, like, turning piece. That's really... That's a pre-built, but it's also, like, user-submitted, so I think we're just having a little bit of trouble. We're gonna get rid of this second drop, actually. Just entirely. And then we're gonna start from here. And we're gonna make it just go up on, like, a little hill. And then we're gonna have it come back down that hill. And up that hill, mention. We're still gonna give it that second drop. We're gonna make it a little bit smaller. And I think that might do it. Wow. Okay. That's huge. There's gonna be a sign that technically counts as informed consent if only the guests could read. That's true. That sign won't stop them. They really don't know how to read. I do wonder if we could have it go like that. Oh, it will not make it up that at all. Okay. We got a lot of time on this one, gamers. So, and whether we beat the scenario or not, hey, that's all right. We can always try again some other time. I'll do it. Let's try again. We'll assume a Cornbertia is themed around FF10, so picture merch game boosts and themed food. Yeah, you got it. As much as I can get away with. What is everybody thinking right now? I want to go home? Yeah, well. I would like to make this coaster good so that you all start paying me for it. But we all want things in life. This one's gonna be a standard. No entry sign, but I also did promise a sign that says... What is the sign supposed to say? The guest can't actually read, so this is just flavor text. Alright. Did that work? Well, maybe. Let's see if people read it. This work is really clean and tidy. I'm just kidding. Let's see if people start writing it. And let's see if they start writing it. And let's see if they start writing it. And let's see if they start writing it. Okay, we got our first guest. Okay, alright, guests are riding it. I did put the free HRT with every ride sign, like I said I would. Let's build some more small rides. Let's go with a Ferris wheel. Sure, why not? We're gonna build it right next to the gender transer, because why not? Okay. Okay. I think we need guests. I do. I think we need guests. So, let's do an ad campaign. You know what? Free rides on the gender transer. Let's use that. Ooh! I could put swans on my boat hire. Oh, I like that, actually. Let's just do an ad campaign for Park for a couple weeks. Get some guests in here. Okay. In order to put the swans on the boat hire, do I have to close the ride? So. Damn. I'm still gonna. Okay. This guy's like, yeah, I wouldn't mind. I guess I'll give it a shot. Sorry, I need to get better at actually looking over at the chat because it's actually on this screen now. When I play FFX, the window's a lot smaller, so the chat's also here and I can see y'all. Sorry about that. I get so lost in playing this game, but like /pause. We're gonna put no entry sign here so y'all don't get lost. Okay. Perfect. All right, we got a couple of rides going. We got the gender transer that's going all the way across the lake. We got a Ferris wheel. We have a spiral slide, the goat. We don't, damn it. Let's build our own maze, gamers. How about that? Let's build it in this little corner here. So, there is one easy way to guarantee that your maze is solvable. So, we're gonna do that. We're gonna first build the entrance and exit. And then, constructing mazes is kind of tricky, but oh well. We're gonna build the entrance, okay? And then we're gonna build the actual critical path. Mazes are so cheap to build, it's kind of fun. So, we're gonna build the actual critical path. So that's the actual path. And so, we will now build the exit here. So that guarantees that the maze is solvable. And now, we can have some fun. Because now, we can build a bunch of fake paths. And kind of fill that in and make it look nice. Build fake paths that go nowhere. Build more fake... Oh, I heard the cha-ching. Build more fake paths that go nowhere. Ah. Yep. You can't make it look like as good or as compact as some other people can, but there we go. I think there's enough intrigue here. So, I had cravings today. The store next door shut down in a few months. TH has me in the brain because when I say maze, all I think of is Wonderland Maze. Ooh. I would love some chocolate, but we actually ate all the chocolate we had last night. Okay. And done. We're gonna name this Cornbert's Mind. And now that I have some more rides here, I can probably justify charging a little more. There we go. Happy New Year, we're shutting down. Okay, we did get a lot of guests from our ad campaign. Aw. I would love to have more candy. I think we still have a little bit of ice cream. Guests really are riding the gender transer. Okay. The gender transer was great. Okay. All we need at the end of the day, gamers, is 500 guests by the end of year 3. We probably won't finish the scenario today, unless I put it on turbo mode, because, I think a year in the park is, like, half an hour, maybe more. But I'm just having fun, hanging out with y'all for the new year. playing a game that I really like and probably will play on stream again at some point. Oh, you know what? She did. She did bring a chocolate eclair home, and I was eyeing it meaningfully. Let's see. We probably need to build another, like, bathroom area, over here. And we'll get some food. And we'll get some drinks. There we go. Nice, okay, okay. We're starting to pick up. What other rides do we have access to? Got a merry-go-round. It's a classic. I always do the... I'm not gonna have it... Well, I might have it playing quick. But at least for a little bit. The music is, like, crazy loud. We'll turn it off. But I like making these... Test it. I like making these the canvas-style entrance. Just make it the same color as the merry-go-round. There we go. The more rides we have, the more guests that we generate, and the more rides we have, the more we can charge as park entrance fee. Who would it be named? Ooh, a looping roller coaster. Who would it be named after? We're gonna name it Waka Waka. Okay, and then we're gonna hear some music. Yep. I know y'all probably aren't hearing a whole lot. This game is fairly quiet for the most part. We're gonna name this one... There we go. Okay. We're going all in on the theme. Okay, so the Ferris wheel. Oh, we're keeping the gender transfer the way it is, though. Let's see. We're gonna name the Ferris wheel Wance's World. Okay. I like this theme idea. Let's see. We're doing good. Park ratings going up. Yep. There we go. Marketing campaign for free rides on the gender transfer is finished. So that is okay. I want to go on something more thrilling than Waka Waka. Cornbert's Mind. Man, y'all are picky. Let's build a thrill ride, then. We don't have any thrill rides yet. Got a twist. Okay. Build it right over here in the corner. They are picky about their FFX representation, that's right. I cut down that tree if I don't have to. Okay. Here comes rain, but again, I still can't sell umbrellas. There we go. I'm gonna name this one. I'm gonna name this one Purging Sin. And then the guests are gonna think things like, I want to go on something more thrilling than Purging Sin. I'm not going on Purging Sin while it's free. Never played this game. Any of the others. You know, that's fair. I don't think games like this are for everyone. But this particular one is for me. I have heard other people say that they really like Zoo Tycoon, but that's one I never specifically, like, really got into. So I definitely get the sentiment. Eventually, gamers, we're gonna build a big ol', like, path that just goes straight across our lake so that we can do more things with it. For now, I'm just focusing on getting guests attracted to the park. So anytime we're near the merry-go-round, we are going to hear the merry-go-round music. We don't have enough money for another coaster. Alright, the gender transfer almost bankrupted us. Unfortunately, we don't have access to a whole lot else right now. Yeah, that's what Fruitune was telling me. She does like watching me play it and hearing about me playing it, but she's worried that the same thing would happen to her. That she would get overwhelmed with decisions. We already have almost the guests that we need. We basically just need to keep it that way. And so with these easier scenarios, sometimes the goals are a lot easier to hit. But the more scenarios you clear, the tougher scenarios you have access to. Um, and so starting from scratch, build a theme park around a large lake. Your objective to have at least 500 guests in your park at the end of October, year 3, with a park rating of at least 600. We've almost got the guests that we need, and we definitely have the park rating that we need. So New Dreamlight Valley. Okay, that does happen to me with Animal Crossing too, though, because Animal Crossing is also one of those games that really only rewards you if you play it every single day, and I didn't want to do that. So, let's see. Gamers, we can build our own car ride. All right, vroom vroom, Lightning McQueen. We got this. We can build our own car ride. Let's put it right here, over the water, next to the gender transer. Nothing says we can't build it on the water, so. I love car rides. What do you mean too high for support? I see. That's gonna be our problem. Well, we'll do the best we can with what we've got. We'll make it fit in this nice, compact little space. It doesn't want us to build up. That's fine. We won't. I love car rides in real life, so I always get excited when I get to build one in this game. Autopia is probably my favorite ride at Disneyland. That tells you all anything about me. Fruitune can confirm, we rode it multiple times the last time we went. I also love, I am obsessed with Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. We also rode that one multiple times. I am eventually going to name something after Owaka. Don't y'all worry, why did I build a ride like this? Hold on. This is going to be tricky, actually. Why did I do it like this? Should have completely 180 flipped it. Where's the stream where I rank the Cars tunes? I did see your Lightning McQueen ugly Christmas sweater. Where's the stream where I rank all the Cars tunes? That would be a lot of fun, actually. We have seen them, and, some of them... Oh, we got an info kiosk. Thank the Lord. Okay, actually, before I continue work on this car ride, I'm gonna build one of those, near the entrance, for a quick money-making trick that we can take advantage of the next time it rains. This is what I was talking about before, where you can set the umbrella price to the maximum, which is 20, and then if guests have that amount and it is raining, they will buy it. That is how they are programmed. So this means that every time it rains, we are going to get a gigantic boost in income. Going to... There's too many fucking cars, first of all. No, actually, we're gonna... Alright, keep it that way. Although, what other cars do we have access to? These. Higher throughput. I really am talking like Marcel. Let's... Umbrellas are so impractical to use in park. It's true. No, it's true. But that is how these guests are programmed. And so whenever it next rains, gamers, we're gonna make so much bank. If y'all saw the warm-up one that I did before we started this scenario, it was pretty big, because the goal in that park is to just earn $1,000 a month from I'm gonna do see-through rides. But then it also blocks the entrance. Let's try this. There we go. So the goal in that scenario was to make $1,000 a month off of ride tickets and shop sales, which we did instantly, as soon as it rained. So, as soon as this ride is finished testing, we'll be able to open it. All the umbrellas either have patterns that are either Cornbert laughing or my old man. We did not name the carousel, actually. What should we name it, Fruitoon? I think we just kept it as... No, we named it Waka Waka. Damn. Also, if any rides break down and y'all catch it here at the bottom, please let me know. I'll update the breakdown counter. Is what that means. Did we name it? We did. We named it Wance's World, but we have not named the car ride. So, what should we name the car ride? Kamari's Kachow. You got it. That's a fantastic name. It's a great name. Okay. Let's put in some stuff around it. Some trees that float on the water. Can only build this on land. Never fucking mind. Let's build some... Cacti? Cacti float on the water. Sick. Okay. It's perfect. It sure is. We're just gonna build whatever we can along this track. Make it look nice. Increases the ride's excitement rating. Guests look like they're having themselves a good time. Okay. What are they thinking? Gender transfer was great. Purging was great. And that's the payoff for naming it that. Corbert's mind was great. Alright, gamers, we're very close to the guest cap, and we're not even done with year one. The parks will run March through October for each of the years, so I guess the in-universe justification is that they're closed for the winter, but you'll never see a time when no guests are in your park, so it's very interesting. It will literally jump from October 31st to March 1st. And so if it's by the end of October or whatever, it's really just by the end of that year. Cornbird's Mind, ooh. And now our arrow's going up, which means we're getting an influx of guests, and our park rating is also going up. Maximum is... Well, clicked the wrong thing. The maximum is 999. So it's going up. It dipped there for a minute while we were building the gender transfer, but then it went back up. There are some scenarios that are really tough, because one of the additional goals will be, like, your park rating also cannot drop below this at literally any time, and so if your park rating stays lower than that number for a month, you're done, and you lose the scenario. So, I was mentioning earlier, but now that we've got a few more people with us, this game has a multiplayer mode, and I would love to play this with Scylla Brother, because we played this game all the time as kids. And so we'll have to see if that... Ooh, haunted house, perfect. It's gonna be built soon. And so we will have to see if, that's something that we can do together, on stream, because that would be a lot of fun. Let's make Cornbert's Mind. Let's give him, like, a giraffe. You know, these giraffes are just kind of staring at you, and judging you if you go the wrong way. Let's just make Cornbert's Mind. Don't worry about it. Okay, yay. That's exactly what would happen. You're right. Why is it, like, covered with giraffes? Don't worry about it. It actually isn't. So, it kind of famously isn't. There isn't really, like, a sandbox mode in this game. There are different scenarios, so, I know you weren't here when we selected this, but there are different scenarios that you can select, so this one is called Leafy Lake. And then it gives you an objective. So, like, our objective is this. And so, if at the end of year 3 we meet these conditions, we clear the scenario. Otherwise you fail the scenario, and then you get to try again. There are tons of scenarios though, and so each one has different. Yeah, he is incredibly particular. He says that if you want a sandbox mode, not really. Once you clear the scenario in any particular way, then yeah, you can. And you can just kind of keep, like, I could pull up a scenario I've already cleared right now and then just keep expanding on it. I probably will do that with Bumbly Bazaar just because I was kind of cheesy and cleared it really, really fast. But so there, it won't prevent me from playing once we clear the scenario. And so you can just keep going on your park indefinitely if you want to. And so that kind of counts as the sandbox mode, I guess. But there isn't one. There are parks where money is no object. And so in some of the scenarios, you don't have to worry about money at all. And so I think that's as close as you can get to kind of what you're talking about there. Let's test this haunted house. Ooh. But yeah, I could if I wanted to, and I might do it towards the end of stream just to show y'all some other parks that I've built. This is one we've built together, and this is very fun, but we can show y'all some parks that I've done, and it'll kind of give you an idea of what the game looks like in the quote-unquote, like, post-gameplay, where you can just play it for as long as you want to. So what should we name this haunted house that we just built? Also, we can probably start charging a little more for entrance. We don't want it to be too high because guests can only spawn with so much money. And because this is a Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 scenario, why we will never ever unlock a cash machine, which means that guests have the money they spawn in with, and that's that. So eventually we're either going to have to make all of our rides free. We have not named something after Riku yet, so I am open to suggestions for that. Make this like Riku's Crazy World. Let's see, also, if any ride is broken down, I must have missed it, because we should have statistically had a breakdown by now. And I'm gonna pay more attention to my announcements. Just want to paint. We're gonna make this hill a little bit spooky. What do you mean? I'm just painting it. Ah, I see. There we go. Ooh, it's kind of spooky near here. Once y'all think of a name for this haunted house, I will definitely go for that. My old mansion! Oh my god, that was right there and I didn't think of it. Absolutely, we're naming it My Old Mansion. I'm gonna run another ad campaign to get some more guests. Yeah, that's great. I'm never very good with money in this game. Where's the ad campaign? It's down here, I think. There we go. I'll just run an ad campaign for the park for a couple of weeks. To attract some more guests. That's true. Riku would have a spinny ride. I named this one Purging Sin already, but you could build another one. You can build multiple copies of the same ride. So we're gonna build another one. Are we? Maybe not right now. What are guests thinking now? Purging Sin was great, because this usually gives you an idea of, like, what you need to be doing. If you, like, look at your guests' concerns and you address them. I would like to save up for another roller coaster. So we can start doing that. Oh my god, My Old Mansion is popular. Let's put... That was, like, instant. Let's put some Q-Line TVs here so they don't get mad at waiting. Jesus, that was fast. Okay. The Ginger Transit was great. Both like more thrilling than Lance's World. Lance's World is the Ferris wheel, I think. Yeah, it is. People love My Old Mansion, they really do. What about Kamari's Pachow? It looks like people are liking this one too. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. I definitely need to be building something. Ooh, wow, there's a lot of choices here. So because this is Open RCT2, we have a bunch of, like, user-submitted designs. I think the shell loop is probably extremely cost-effective, so let's put one right here. And this one, maybe we can name after Lego. She feels like she knows something about this. Park doesn't seem too messy yet. So we don't need to worry too much about our handymans just yet. Eventually I will. What I would like to do while we have a little bit of money, I think, is I would like to build 2 tiers. Oh, spiral slide! Hold on, fuck everything. Please hold. I'm building a damn spiral slide. I adore spiral slides. I'm only gonna build 1 this time. I know last time I built 3 right next to each other. I will hold off for 2 seconds. Oh, hold on. Nah, we'll keep it 3. That's the merry-go-round making that music. And yes, people will just throw up directly on your paths, and actually it is starting to get a bit messy, so I am going to start organizing my handyman. But... there we go. There's my exit path. My entrance just like that. And that will open the slide. See, I already have the required guest cap gamers, and we're not even at the end of year 1. So now, we're just gonna have fun expanding it, because the scenario is not going to... Oh, Spira Slide. It's a great one. The scenario is not going to end until, we hit the time deadline anyway, because in theory, I could, you know, for example, drown every single one of my guests, and then my bark rating would plummet. So it's not even just like, oh, the moment you hit this condition, it ends. Like, you have to hit that condition at that time. And so the scenario is still not going to end until we hit October year 3. So... we're gonna call this Riku's Revenge. Okay. And we're actually gonna change the color of it to make it like Riku colors. She's got the orange, and she's got the yellow. Let's see. Sure, it fits it. Fits the All-Dead aesthetic. Okay, now I am going to build, because now guests are going to start to complain, I know they are, about crowding. And so while we have some money, I'm going to build 2 different paths across the lake. And the reason it's going to be 2 is that I'm going to make one go one way and one go the other way. So that it helps a bit with the crowding issue. Yeah, I might make this a different footpath because it's going across the lake. Let's go with this one. Okay, so... but while it's being constructed, in case we run into any problems, I'm actually going to put a no-entry sign right at the beginning of the path, so that guests cannot go on it while I'm building it. Because I don't want to accidentally drown them if we have to delete, paths. So, do that, and then we're going to go back to building the path. That is an old trick I've learned. So now, guests will obey the no-entry sign. They can literally only read the words no entry, and it's just because I have to click a certain flag to make that happen. And so, we're just gonna build this right across the lake. Enough. And then, we're gonna do that again. Advertising campaign is finished. Okay. Hope I don't run into my boat hire. Please don't run into my boat hire. Perfect. Now, we have 2 paths going across the park. And so now on this side, I'm kicking a no entry sign. Meaning, these are one-way paths. And you will start to see guests only going one way, which ends up being really, really cool. I will build some things in here for them to access other than this just being a path, but it came out really nice, I think. So now, there we go, now it's starting to do it. So now, guests can only go one way on each of the paths. It's very nice. This can help with a crowd control issue as well, because guests are going to start to think it's too crowded here. Raker's Revenge was great! Oh, it's about to rain, gamers. You know what that means. We're gonna go with red for now, and every time it rains, I change how much umbrellas cost. Not how much they cost, sorry. I change what color the umbrellas are every time it rains. We're gonna need at least one more hand. Probably 2 more. Because now, I'm gonna start to set patrol areas for these guys. Not those. Here it comes. Watch our money in the bottom left corner. We're just doing good business, isn't that right? But yeah, every time it rains, I change what colors the umbrellas are, so that eventually we start to get this nice little... I'm making him in charge of the main lake paths. You are gonna keep this shit clean, buddy. So if you set patrol areas for your handymen, they will exclusively patrol that area. And so that's a great way to organize your handymen. We're gonna name him Main Here Guy. Yeah, just a little bit. So that's why I put plenty of benches on the route. So people can sit down. So that just made us over $1,000, so that was cool. And now that it's not raining anymore, we're going to set this to sea yellow. Okay. And now, other handyman, we're going to put you towards this side of the park. One of the things that tanks your park rating is if your park is gross and nasty, like you've got trash overflowing out the bins, if you've got puke all over the paths, because you've got guests throwing up, and literally, yeah, they will just throw up right on your path. It's great. But they'll sweep it up. Let's see. This path doesn't otherwise go anywhere or connect to anything, right? No, it does not. There we go. It always helps if you can prevent guests from going on a path that only leads to a right exit. Okay. What are they thinking now? Really clean and tidy. Alright, we're doing good. So this game has something, I learned this from Marcel. This game has something that we can colloquially refer to as a soft guest cap. Meaning that your guests are naturally generating here, as you can see, and coming into my park. But the rate at which that happens is determined by, like, what is in your park. And so, like, how many rides, etc., etc. And so, you have to it basically incentivizes you to keep expanding your park. Because y'all have probably noticed that we've just kind of started plateauing in terms of number of guests and park rating. And that... Oh, there's a breakdown! And that is typically a sign that you need to expand. Pause this real quick. click out the window. Let me go in here and go to 1. We haven't gotten any awards yet, but that is 1 breakdown. Okay, now we'll resume the game. Sorry, y'all, in order to do that, I have to click out of the game because otherwise the way you scroll is just by having your mouse over here. And so, I'm gonna hire another handyman. Keep our park nice and clean. It's really cool that you can do patrol area by 1 because this wasn't something you could do in the OG version of the game. And so your handyman would just go all over the place because the smallest size you could do, I think, was this. But now they lowered it down, like, all the way to 1. Wance's world is also broken down. Oh, no. It's a second one. Boom, click out. Go into OBS. That's a second one. God damn, Wance's world. I actually probably need a second mechanic. I think I only have 1. Yeah, I do. Okay. As you build more rides, you obviously need more mechanics because the breakdowns will start to stack up. Man, people love my old mansion. We also have trash bins all over so that people don't just throw their trash on the ground, which, yes, is something they will do. Give this guy a slight area to cover. Overlap with the other guy. There we go. Okay. Now, the issue with assigning your handyman patrol areas is that they just won't go anywhere else, which usually is what you want. But then if you do things like expand your park and don't assign new areas, which I've done, you'll end up with areas of your park that are just extremely gross, and that is already starting to happen now. The reason I'm doing this in not queue lines is because for whatever reason, guests will absolutely never puke or drop trash in queue lines, so that is not having that we have to worry about. And usually what I do... Once this world is broken down again? Huh? Okay, well, you're the boss. There we are. You can pause time in the game, but you can't build anything while time is paused in your park, including a roller coaster. So that's kind of the trade-off for that, is that you can pause your game, but... Okay, we're gonna hire 1 more handyman, and we're gonna have him slightly overlap with the other guy, and that should keep our park nice and clean for now, and it also gives us room to expand on this side, because we don't really have any rides over here, do we? Let's fix that. So yeah, the handyman will dutifully patrol exactly where I tell him to. He'll patrol exactly where I tell him to, and so these areas, as long as you don't make the patrol areas, like, way too big, your park should stay nice and clean. And yes, it is possible for me to just drop him in the water and drown him, but I'm not gonna do that. Okay. That was a little bit of a brawl. We also just have all of this land back here, in case we want to expand this way. But we might, if we want to build a roller coaster, build it back here, actually. I think it's time for another coaster. Minis are cheap to build. Crazy Caterpillar is cheap and compact. Could build it back here and kind of start to expand this way. And I think I will, actually. This will kind of force us to start. We got a pirate ship available. Huge. Okay. If anybody has any name ideas for the crazy caterpillar, I am all ears. Just need to connect this to the main area, and then I remember our handyman, so we are going to have to revise some patrol routes. Yeah, let's go over here. Good. Queue line for this ride. Crazy caterpillars are always popular in America, but you don't want to make the queue line too long, because then guess what? Like, too long. There is one. Yeah, I don't know if we'll unlock it on this scenario, but there are definitely free falls and like roto drops and stuff like that. Each scenario is like pre-programmed to like you can research new types of rides. So like you've seen, it's like, oh, new ride type available is this, but each ride type is pre-programmed, like as to what can or cannot appear in that scenario. If that makes sense. So we may not get. You're on fire today, Allie. But there is, like, there's a cap on what the scenario will ever get, even if you leave it running for, like, far past, the time that you clear it. Eventually you will cap out on what is available in that scenario, and so I don't know if that kind of right is available in this scenario, because I don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of this game. No, not me neither. I went on one of those when I was a kid, and I swore that I never ever would again. I think drop towers are so scary. Is this the guy that's nearby? So we're gonna just expand his territory a little bit. And then when we expand further in this direction, I'm just gonna because if you give your handyman too big of an area, they're not gonna be able to complete, and you're gonna run into the same problem. That should be fine. Okay. Let's see. Probably justify charging a little more for the park entrance now. There we go. Okay, what are guests thinking? Oh my god! I do this all the time, gamers. Sometimes I accidentally click the X button. The good news is I can bring it right back. There we go, that should do it. And then it should be... Perfect. I do... Fortunately, this game autosaves, which is another quality of life improvement for, Open RCT2. But it's incredibly easy to accidentally click the X button in this game and just completely X out of your park, which is what I did. But there we go. The only thing that didn't update was the name change. And then I don't think my new handyman updated. Yeah, no, it didn't. But other than that, the coaster's built, the paths are there. It does autosave every few minutes, thank goodness. Yeah, there isn't even on my end, there isn't even like a, are you sure you want to do this? Like, it just shit closes. Okay. We're starting year 2. Our park's looking good. Could be better. We still have all of this space back here. We have this pier we could do something with. What is research doing right now? A water ride! Oh, excellent. And we still haven't built a pirate ship yet. Okay. So let's do that, actually. Let's build a pirate ship. I know these paths are no entry on each side, but you can definitely still build rides connecting to them. And guests can still find them if they truly want to. So, we're gonna build a pirate ship on each side, actually, so we have equal opportunity access. If I have the money to do that, I will. Tester. Fun fact, if you do not test rides, they break down a lot faster. So let's see. Is this the same? Let's see, I grab some pads. Nope, we gotta go up one. I thought so. So, up one. Go. We're gonna have 2 pirate ships gamers, so we're gonna need some rooms. We're gonna add both of these squares to main pier guy's route. I see it. I'll add it in a second. 1, 2, 3. And then we're gonna make engines here. We're gonna test that. Before we do any of that, I'm going to add it to the counter. So we're gonna go over here. Now we'll go back into the game. Resume. Oh, this is gonna bug me. Okay. Gotta hang on tight, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted it to be parallel! I wanted it to be a mirror image. Nope, that's the same problem. One, 2, 3, 4. Wait, this will do what I wanted to do. Ooh, Orin's Anchor. I like that. Once we get our next water ride, I think we're gonna name it that. There we go. Exactly parallel now. That's what I wanted. New vehicle, water tricycles. I do want to build a second boat hire. We can call that one Orin's Anchor. Just to take advantage of, we can build it like here, or here, or here, just to take advantage of all the water we've got in this park. First, let's add these squares to main pier guy's route. There we go. 2 parallel pirate ships. Oh, we're doing good, gamers. We got that up arrow. Things are looking up for us. My old mansion was great. Jack's jetpack was great. Alright, our guests are happy, gamers. Can we synchronize these? Because there are some rides that you can. Damn. Okay. I guess not. We'll just leave this here. We can build like a free roaming boat hire. I'll show y'all. So as we learned, it's literally only 1 up, so oh, that's odd. Ooh, twists and turns is broken down. Oh no. Technically, this is all I need. Well, we just got 2 breakdowns. Okay. Let's get them both in there. Hopefully our mechanics are on that. Okay. So I don't even need to build a track. I can just build this. And then I can create an area, like, with scenery that riders won't be able to leave. And so it'll make sure that they're not dumbasses. So boat hires are extremely cheap to build. And guests really like them. Because literally that's all you need. You do not need a track at all. I just happened to give the other one a track. You do not need to do that. Actually, I'll call this one. It's here. Call this one Nebraska's boat. No, what am I doing? Hold on. The boat hire I just built is going to be called Nebraska's boats. By the way, we should open this. Call this one Steroids Anchor. And then this one. I'm having a lot of fun, gamers, can y'all tell? I'm having a lot of fun doing this. I'm glad y'all are here with me. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Hold the phone. I did want to change the vehicle type because we just unlocked water tricycles. We'll add this one square. It's a main pier guys area. Now I have enough rides that I can probably justify a little bit more for the entry price. Let's go up to 30. You never want to go too high because guests can only spawn with so much money. Water tricycles, it says. So you'll see when these guests start to file in. So what I want to do now is I want to build some scenery in such a way that it kind of soft fences off where guests can actually go, because I don't want them to, like, get stuck. Because what I'm worried will happen is that they'll be able to go under these supports if they really want to. And guests are kind of stupid, so we're going to have to prevent them from being stupid, at least in some small ways. I actually want to because that'll help me when I'm building these. I'll make it a nice little hedge. Just a very gentle reminder to don't get yourselves lost, please. So this will prevent them from going under the coaster and getting stuck. That's just me hitting the shift key, if y'all are able to hear that. I'm hitting the shift key so that the hedge that I'm building goes up. And goes on top of the water, because otherwise it's under. And I don't want that. Let me do this. It's hard to build on top of the water, but it's worth it, so I guess don't get lost. Oh, it's raining again, gamers! You know what that means. We're about to get a crazy windfall. Almost done. Oh! Well, fuck me! Hello? You two! Well, now I gotta delete it so you can get back. Man, they went right through that. This should be alright. We're just gonna go there. Suspended spinning coaster. Yep, now we got everyone victims of the second rain. Got the yellow ones. Okay, my park rating's steadily climbing. My guest count is steadily climbing. Yeah, gamers, we're like about halfway done with the scenario. We have more guests than we need. So now we're just gonna expand the park until we hit the deadline. Might go for another 20 minutes at most. We can always finish this next time. I just wanted to hang out with y'all for the new year and do like this nice, quiet game. And I'm just so happy that you're all here. I'm not going on Jack's jetpack while it's raining. One's making you. Okay, now we're gonna change color the umbrellas again. Let's go blue. Guests are unfortunately a bit picky about what they want to go on while it's raining. Alright, this corner of the park, nothing. Got all these different coaster types. I'm actually going to turn off roller coaster research. I do not think we need it anymore. But yeah, if it's grayed out, that means you can't devote anything towards it because you'll never get anything in that area for this particular scenario. Oh, I have a great idea. So this one is kind of a dummy sign that we made say, free HRT with every ride. I'm going to put it back up, but in a crazy, fun way. First, this. No! Okay, I'm glad I didn't drown anyone. That was really, really almost extremely bad. Gotta fix that before guests come out! Don't leave, please. There you go. Okay. Whew! Oh, that was almost extremely bad. Yes, it is possible to drown your guests, ladies and gentlemen. But we are not doing that right now. But, true to my word, that sign's going up. I just now remembered we have one of these. Maurice Kachow. Gender transitor. It'll automatically say, closest ride on it. Oh, not you. The gender trans, yeah, I like that actually. That's not what I meant to do though. I think this one is a custom sign, question mark? Yeah. So we're gonna put it up top. Imagine you're busy working on the ride and all of a sudden a god destroys the walkway. You're telling me. Okay, now what do we can say? Oh, did I make it face the damn other way? Oops, that one's my fault. There it is. Okay, and now we can edit the text on the side. There we go. I just remembered we could do that. Alright. What is research building now? A water ride? It better not be like another vehicle for the boat hire. It better actually be another damn water ride. What am I guessing? I need to go to the bathroom. That's fair, actually. I think I only have a couple of those. I literally only have 2. Okay. Let's build a couple more. That's my worst nightmare, gamers. I don't think this is TMI. I have to pee somewhat frequently, especially when I'm in, like, a public place. And my worst nightmare is being in a public place and just not being able to find the bathroom. Or not being able to use it for no reason, because, like... Yep. I'm gonna make this different color umbrellas. Let's go with that. We'll build one there, and then also build one towards the side park. That was a great point, guests. I actually did accept your feedback that time. Okay. So fun fact about this game that I learned from Marcel is that if I really wanted to, I could build a boat hire over here, and guests could, in theory, just, like, waltz right over the line, and it doesn't matter. This line is the property I own line. I still love my little... my one-way paths. They look very nice, having the guests only walk in one direction. Unfortunately about this game, gamers, is that all guests look the same, regardless of... How did you end up over there? Uh-oh. All guests look the same regardless of, gender and, race, as you might have noticed. Oh my god, those guys are gonna be... No, not you two! Okay. Alright, gamers, we have to stop this. Bumper boats. I do like bumper boats. Okay, come back. Okay, good. Now we're gonna prevent this from happening again. So, build another little hedge. Do it. Yeah, excellent. Do it just like this. So y'all don't go doing that again. I see another one, so I'm gonna give y'all an opportunity to come back. Don't go doing this to me. I don't like having to box y'all in, okay? I really don't. If it were up to me, I would, okay? But y'all keep getting yourself stuck over there. And then people are gonna be like, oh, I've been queuing for Broska's boats forever. And I'm gonna be like... You know what? Actually, all of you leave. All of you. You've been naughty. We're gonna double close the ride. And force everybody to leave. Also, we got another breakdown. There we go. Now it's starting to feel like Roller Coaster Tycoon. Now this is pod racing. I might hold out until the end of year 2, and then I'm getting pretty tired, so we can finish this all together next... Not tired. Oh, I guess also tired, because I did just get home yesterday from my trip. But hungry is what I meant to say. Okay. I am swearing y'all in. I'm not being nice anymore. I'm swearing y'all in. You might even say I'm enixing y'all in. There we go. Got a little hedge maze. Right there. That should be good. And I'm gonna change the vehicle type to bumper boats. Woo! Hell yeah. Alright. That should do it. Now they shouldn't be able to go under and do all the crazy shit they were doing before. So. But that's a good tip, gamers. If y'all play this game and you want all your guests off a ride, just close it and then close it again. And that just immediately forces all guests off the ride. I don't know, life will, find a way. Let's put some little flowers here. They float. And they're pretty to look at while they're waiting for Broska's boots. Look at them in their little bumper boats. You know what? Let's do my favorite thing to do. Just like that. I'm gonna make them rainbow boats because there's 6 of them. It's what Brosco would want. Okay, 847 guests, which is far more than we need. We got 908 park rating, which is far more than we need. So we're just gonna keep expanding and making this as close to perfect as we can. I'm having so much fun doing this with y'all. This is a great game to stream. If I can figure out how to stream this with Scylla Brother, we're gonna be a business. Because there is a multiplayer mode on Open RCT2. Oh, come on. There is. There is multiplayer mode. And I would love to figure out how to do that with him. And for us to build a park together. What are guests thinking? Okay. Rainbow boats, that's right. That's what Brosco would have wanted. They do seem to all be contained in this area now, so, here these elephants can greet them. These ducks can stare at them. Here, Spira Slide seems popular. Let's build another Spira Slide next to it. This is just a nice, quiet game to play. I'm gonna call this the Slide of Spira, because there's a track on the OST called The Scent of Spira, or Spira Unplugged, as it's also known. Oh, we got a log flume! Elephant Brethren, that's right, I did that for you, Allie. We got a log flume. Gamers. Ew. I was trying to go for, like, holiday colors, but I don't know. Ew. Open RCT2 also has a greater color selection than the original game did. We're gonna make this with Hanukkah colors. For all of our Hanukkah celebrating friends. Oh, ew. That's close enough. I have an idea. Let's solve this little problem here. Lulu's logs. Ooh, I do like that. We should absolutely build a log flume. We're gonna build it in the back near Jack's jetpack. So we have room back there. We're doing good. We're doing good. I'm both surprised and not surprised we haven't cracked 1,000 yet. Guests. But... I'm gonna build another little garden right here. I like making the park pretty. Sometimes guests will think, ooh, the scenery's nice. And you know what? There you are. What? I think I'll build Lulu's logs, and then I think I will call it a day for now. But I will not do this one off stream, I promise. Hey, Handyman 3? Oh, did I miss literally one tile, and so now you don't go up here? That's actually very funny. There we go. I was like, Handyman 3, this is your jurisdiction. Why is there all this shit here? Because he couldn't get to it. He was following his patrol route. Build some trash bins so y'all stop throwing shit on the ground. We have enough to build a wall. Let's see. Splash Mine is the classic. Okay. Please, God. Yes, that's enough clearance. Oh, thank God. Okay. Yeah. Let's get out of there. This is the part I'm scared of. We're gonna make it work. You don't want to build your cube lines too long, even if you can. Because then people will be like, oh, I've been waiting too long on this, right? These TVs, they all have cocomelon brains. These TVs will keep them distracted. Litter bins can be built on slope paths, benches cannot. That is where I want it to be, right? I thought I turned on see through something. It's weird. But yes, that is where I want it to be. Testing to finish. Then we're gonna add this Handyman 3's route. Make sure we can actually access it. Okay. Finish testing. Not quite. $23 votes. Feels like too many votes. Ooh, a chairlift. Next time we'll build one of those, gamers. But first, we're going to speed up time so that this thing tests instantly. I've ridden a log flume in real life. They're kind of fun. Speeding up time is a new feature that was added in... I saw that. It's a new feature that was added in Open RCT2, and it's a godsend. There we go. And I saw that breakdown. I guess thinking now. Park is really tiny. Yeah, my most dominant thought usually ends up being I've already got a park map, which is dumb and pisses me off because I can't really stop them from thinking that. That's just something they'll think if they, like, go up to, like an info kiosk and they've already got the park map. They'll just be like, I'm already got a park map. And it's like, I can't stop you from thinking that. Like, there's nothing I can do that stops you from thinking that. Ooh, 922. We're getting there. Okay, I think that'll be all for this park, but I did want to show off really quick a couple other parks I've built since I got this. So we're gonna quit to the menu. And we're gonna load some of my previous parks. This is the one I did like 2 seconds ago, where I literally just waited for it to rain. This is Cornbertia. We will finish that next time. Yeah, you can read their thoughts, and in fact, if you stay on the same guest for a really long time, it'll give you, like, I get the strangest feeling someone's watching me. So this is the one I did on Christmas Day. I finished it on Christmas Day. You'll notice I have negative money. This is an incredibly themed, area. So I did clear the scenario on this one. Because this is not a time-based scenario, you can still see the balloons are going off, because if guests have balloons, they will let go of them when you clear the scenario, and they'll cheer for you, which y'all will get to see next time. So I got the card value that I needed to. But this one really sucked, and I did my best to work with it, but this one's a little wild. And then if we want to load another one, this one I had a perfect park rating on, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I did. So this is one of the earlier scenarios. Look at all, I got all these twists, I got all these. So yeah, in theory, even though I've cleared the scenario on these, so if I pull it up, it says I cleared the scenario. I can just keep playing this as long as I want to. So that kind of counts as the sandbox mode. One of the ways you can tackle this is you can buy construction rights over here. And what construction rights mean is it doesn't add the land to your park, but it does give you the ability to build stuff there as long as it doesn't touch the ground. So you can, like, build fun things in the water and things like that. But I chose to go with the more traditional route on this one, and I have a perfect 99 park rating. I have another one in here. This is the one I just did earlier today to warm up. And you can see all the balloons are still flying around. So this is the park that I built in the desert. I built a cactus coaster. I built this random pyramid and sphinx here. It came with this roller coaster. And then I just kind of built around it. So yeah, this game's a lot of fun, and you can build a lot of different kinds of parks for sure. What's this one? Oh, Forest Frontiers. Obviously, this is the very first one that I did. It's the very first scenario. It's a very tiny park, but thank you. I signed one guy to only mow because he wanted to mow so much. This is like the UR first scenario in the first game. I have a chairlift that takes guests from one side of the park to the other. We're going to be doing that in Cornbertia next time. And we got a shuttle loop here, and we got an almost perfect park rating. It just kind of keeps fluctuating. You can always see what guests are thinking. Again, this is a roller coaster tycoon 1 scenario, so this doesn't happen where you're running out of cash. But I thank you all for joining me on this stream. I do want to stream this game again at some point. I also have other ideas for what to stream. But I just wanted to wish you all a Happy New Year. I will be streaming in 2026. And I wouldn't be able to be here without all of you. And so I really, really appreciate it. And I will see y'all next time.